Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today we're going to be doing a video for my birthday month featuring the July flower, the water lily. I started off by removing the previous design and applied some soft gel tips from Gelish, and now I'm applying Midnight Drive from Sally Hansen's Insta Dry. And this nail polish does dry pretty fast, but I did put a nice healthy coating on here. I've only put one coating of this, and I did it towards the end of the night. And I know Joke was just watching I was streaming some shows to let it dry, and I fell asleep while watching, and I'm trying to keep my hand away from anything because I don't want to smudge the nail polish. But sure enough, I passed out and somehow I rolled over on my couch, and when I looked the next morning, I had a few minor scrapes of like really mild indentations, but definitely not the nice coating that you're seeing here. And so the next morning I was like, I'm not gonna redo this. This should be fine. And I was thinking that maybe you won't see the little dents in the polish once I'm done with the design. So here I'm applying, um, I just drew a blank, Top Coat by Gelish to each nail and curing it. And funny enough, the smudges disappeared. I guess because the color's so dark and the gel just filled in those indentations that, as you can see, I'm going to show, after I nail cleanse each nail, I'm going to show you how nice and smooth everything came out. So I probably shouldn't have mentioned any of this, but I thought it was hilarious how, like, you know, the bad thing about using regular nail polish is that I tend to do it somehow towards the end of the night to where I have to sleep, and then I always end up sleeping on it. So look how nice and smooth it is. You can't even tell anything was there for real. So now I'm going to be applying this Born Pretty Cat's Eye gel polish, and I'll leave a link for that in the description box below. But I'm going to be taking this circular magnet, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create that S-curve. If you've ever seen people using the cat's eye polish, but you can see the metals, they're just moving away from this magnet right now. So I did it on the one corner, and I'm going to do it on the adjacent corner. And these are going to be empty voids. I'm trying to create like a lake. So the shimmer is going to act like the ripples in water. And these empty voids here, I'm going to fill in with the leaves of the lily. The water lily, sorry. So after curing that, I'm just going to do this to each nail now. On this pinky nail, I'm going to do the same locations of the nail. Oh, no, opposite. And on the middle finger, I'm going to just do something different. So there's different ways you can manipulate the magnet, the cat's eye polish with the magnet. And right now I'm doing, I don't know the official name of it, but it makes it look like a gemstone. So what it is just pushing the little metal particles off the sides of the edges so that when you move around your nail, it gives it like this really, like the cat's eye stone dimension. Hopefully y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I'm just going to do this on each edge, and you can see how that color is changing. I think this is so cool. I love cat's eye. And as I move this around, you can start seeing that it's pulling away from the edges, and it's redefining the shape of the nail. So now I'm going to take this circular magnet and just hover over the bed of the nail, and I'm going to be placing a leaf of the water lily right in the middle, and we're going to do a magnetized lily that we can attach and detach from the nail. So then I'm going to move forward with the index and the ring fingers, and they're going to have the opposite corners that I did with the thumb and the pinky. And this is just to give it variation. So this whole thing is going to tie together with the water lilies, of course, but the motion of the water will be dictated by this S curve that I'm creating on each nail. So it's gonna have this like flow look to it, as water should. So anyway, after curing all that, I'm going to be taking some greens of the Born Pretty stamping polish, and I'm going to just be painting this on. Now, you don't need to be a full out paint artist of paint to do this. I took, lighter color and the dark color, and I put it on each side of the brush, and now I'm just like swirling around in like an odd shaped circle, because lilies are just a weird shaped circle. And I'm just going back in, just making sure that the streaks are covered so that none of the background is showing through. So I thought this was like, this design, I knew I wanted to do a water lilies because it is the flower of July, and I love lilies actually. So I didn't know that water lilies were the flower of July. So I love all lilies. I would love to have a garden of lilies someday. I tried growing some lilies in the past, and I failed because trying to grow anything in an apartment is just, there's no success. So I am trying to grow plants. Well, I am growing plants in my apartment that I'm in now, because I have a nice balcony, and I keep my flower box off the railing of it. So we're just going to apply this technique to all the nails, and we're going to let it fully dry. Just to be sure, like stamping polish dries very quickly, even quicker than that Insta dry. I'm not too sure with all these coats that I'm putting on here, so that's why I just want to make it fully dry before I put a clear top coat on. But as you can see, I'll show, this is going to be a two-part video. I guess I should have mentioned that before, but this is going to be a two-part video, and I'll show the final design in the second video. But you can kind of see already, like, the patch of water lily leaf in that void. As I move my fingers, it's like, it looks like it is water moving. So I wasn't sure of what I was going to do, but when I decided to do it and I was actually doing it, I was thinking that it was pretty cool. Because, of course I have to keep my nails in motion, but when it looks like the water's rippling away from the leaves. So again, after this fully dries, I'm just applying a clear top coat and curing. And then I'm wiping the sticky layer off with some nail cleanser. And then now I'm going to take some Gummy Jelly and Shiny on the middle finger here. Like I said, I'm just going to be placing some of this right on the lily pad. And we're going to be placing this little magnet that I have on my workspace there. I just wanted to have a 3D element, and I wanted the option to remove it if I have things to do. So if you haven't catched my previous videos of doing this, you should definitely check it out. So, you know, share, like, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell too for the second video, and you can definitely be able to look back on the videos that I've done. I really love this 3D magnetic stuff. And I'm sure you've seen videos of people like buying them on Amazon and then applying them on their nails. And I figure, okay, let me just buy the magnets and then I'll just design what I want to have on there, of course, right? Because, you know, I practically, if I want something done, I'll end up doing it just because I can and I know what I like. So the second video will be me showing you how I construct this water lily. And I must say, like, it's such a different world, drawing, painting, sculpting, in this case, in a micro scale. Like, I was just thinking when I was doing this, I was like, I wish I was like a Keebler elf. Keebler elves or the cookies, if anybody has had them. But like I wish I was that tiny so that I can just stand there and paint on this nail, and it would be probably the size of a poster board. I don't know. So at any rate, I'm going in with some white and this kind of like dark pink Born Pretty stamping polish, and I'm just trying to paint the leaves of the water lily. And we're going to be doing this on each lily pad. And I love the marbling that's happening with these two colors. I mean, it's not exactly, it's looking more like a stargazer lily, to be honest. But I mean, you know, try it. Like having to freehand on such a small space, I can't, you know, I wish I could just make everything bigger and then I could just shrink it later. But I'm liking how the colors are just mixing well, so I'm going to just stick with that. And leave a comment below if you see that water rippling action, like um it definitely looks like there's movement to me. So we're just going to be applying the same technique on every nail except for the middle finger. Again, we're going to be saving the middle finger for the next video, where I show you how I construct the water lily using polygel, and hopefully it comes out right. But again, even though these are stamping polishes from Born Pretty, I'm gonna want to make sure that they're fully dried so that when I put the clear top over it, there won't be any wrinkling. So here I'm just trying to make some of these flowers have variation. So I'm going in again with the second layer, adding more petals. So now I'll have like different sizes. I have the small lilies and water lilies and the bigger ones. And that's just how I like to do it. Like, I don't like to have each nail look the same. I have to break it up. If you didn't see the last video that I did of the rubies, as you see here on my left hand, definitely check it out. As I wanted to keep the same feel of the design, but have each nail be a different look. So yeah, I'm going back in. And the fact that the white and the pink is kind of like marbling with each other, it's creating such dimension with each petal. So I'm really loving the look that it's producing. And the funny thing is, like, you know, these are tiny. So, like I say in my previous videos, these designs are more for my personal enjoyment because I'm obviously the person that's wearing them. So I always get to see what they look like, and there are moments where I'll just, you know, I'll tell you flat out I'm going to be moving my nails around with this one because it's just really trippy how the cat's eye is moving around these lily pads. So just making a few more touches. I don't want to go too overboard with it, but after letting that fully dry, and I'm still letting it dry, I'm working on my middle finger, and I just want to show you guys how I apply the magnet. I put a sticker backing or nail form backing on top of the magnet, and I put the other and wow, this sounds terrible today, the other magnet on top of it, so what kind of sandwiches it in, so that I can apply this poly gel and some base coat. And I'm just gonna create like a plate to have the lily sit on. So we're just gonna show this much for this video. We're already in you know, close to 20 minutes here, and I don't want to bore you guys too much. But I just want to show you how I prep these magnets. And once I finish with that, I'm going to give it a good cure, and then I can remove the backing off the magnet. And I'm just going to peel this little piece that we made. And as I'm holding this with the tweezers, I'm going to go back in with some base coat, and I'm just going to make sure that I seal this guy in. And as you saw with my middle finger, when I had placed the magnet on my nail bed, I did go over the magnet with some green and clear polish just to seal in that magnet, because I fidget a lot, and I realized that when I did the snow globe nail and the butterfly nails, I kept picking it up off the magnet over and over again, that the magnet pulled away from the snow globe and the butterfly. These are two different designs now. I'm not designing some snow globe and a butterfly together in one design, but the magnets did come off, and I'd have to just go back in and fix it. So yeah, I sealed those guys in. So I'm just cleansing the nail, and to be continued for the next video, part 2, where we finish my water lily design. So thank you so much for watching. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks. Bye.